Hey, what's going on, everyone? Moose here, Cigars and Gear, and I just did a quick post out on Instagram. I'm going to be starting a podcast, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working with one of my buddies, and we're going to maybe one or two a week, we'll see. But we're just going to talk about things from civilian aspects. It's one thing about me and this channel is, I'm not ex-military. So I don't have any military training, but I think that anybody who fools themselves into thinking that they shouldn't be prepared is exactly that, a fool. And, another thing that, people always associate prepping with end of the world, shit hits the fan, this and that, and it's not always about that. It's not. I spend a lot of time watching a lot of other YouTubers, right? Because that's how I kind of came about this conclusion and why I wanted to do this. I watch a lot of people's stuff. Some of it I think is far cry reaching, but the majority of it is outstanding. There's just a lot of very good knowledge and wisdom out there. Bear Independent, for example, is somebody that I watch very often. Big shout out, Bear. And I take a lot from it, and he looks at things from a wisdom that I didn't have, and I'm starting to get to that point. And I just think it's important that we recognize that being prepared is not necessarily, like I said, just there's a nuclear war, or there's an invasion, or there's this, or there's that. It can be, a natural disaster, right? Being prepared for a natural disaster. Unfortunately, in a lot of natural disasters, lawlessness comes out. Right? A lot of looting and crazies running around. So you may have to defend yourself and your family or your property, right? So it doesn't get vandalized. Things like that. So that's part of it, right? It could be, a truck carrying chemical waste gets into an accident in your area, and you may have to leave your home. So being prepared and having a go bag and a medical kit and the ability to go wherever, you may not be able to just go to a friend's house. Maybe all your friends are in the same area and everybody's leaving. Hotels are getting taken up. Maybe you don't have the money to stay at a hotel, but you have to leave, which hopefully homeowners insurance would cover, things like that. But nonetheless, it could be for any reason. So being prepared to even be able to go camping. So we try to keep everything to a point where it's as normal as possible. So if we had to leave, that's what we would do, right? We would go camping if it was the right kind of weather, something like that. Turn it into a mini vacation, so especially so that the children don't realize that something's wrong. So these are all things that I've learned throughout the years of doing this and things like that. And I love the gear reviews and the gun reviews and stuff, but a lot of those guys are military or ex-military, and so I want to look at things in this channel from I'm not military standpoint, right? I want to look at things from a standpoint of, hey man, I'm just a civilian that wants the best chance of being prepared and surviving as anybody else, right? One of my favorite statements is, I'm not G.I. Joe, I'm more like G.I.O. I'm like, it's just a fact. So, that's really what we want to do the podcast about too. I haven't really decided on exactly how we're going to format it. I think we might just shoot them and then upload them to YouTube, and then we're going to probably upload them to Rumble as well. And then, we'll find maybe a podcast site to upload to as well. But it'll be from a civilian standpoint. We are going to be looking for ex-military, You know, I'd love to have some of these guys that I follow onto the channel, you know, just kind of joining us, you know, to give their input and things like that, because the first mistake that anybody can ever make is thinking that you are the end-all say-all and everything that you do is perfect. You know, we all need to learn a little bit of humility and to hear other people's opinions in everything that we do. You know, you can think that you have everything thought out, and then somebody comes and throws a wrench in your day and you're like, man, I didn't ever think about that. But you're absolutely right. It's a good idea. So having an open mind, things like that. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Instagram. There's a Cigars and Gear group on Facebook. I'm working on the Rumble, but we have a Twitter already as well. So you can hit us up there too. And then follow along. So with that being said, I'm Moose. Thanks again. God bless you and your family. God bless USA. And we'll talk soon. Take care.